Gurudev,
Yes,
Pranam.
Pranam.
Gurudev, scriptures indicate that after passing through 84 yonis, human birth is achieved. And in order to attain moksha, one has to attain human birth. Animals don't get moksha.
No.
We have our Varnashrama system in the Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
Yes.
Now, I wanted to know whether it is imperative or a basic prerequisite to be born in a Brahmin body to attain moksha, and once you move from the animal yoni to human yoni, is it the Shudra Varna which is attained first, and gradually the Shudra graduates from being a Shudra to
Brahman.
Vaishya to Kshatriya and then Brahman to go towards liberation, or can a Shudra also attain moksha? Could you enlighten Gurudev, please?
Well, at any rate, for moksha, one has to be Brahmin,
Okay.
because moksha is universal. Every individual today or tomorrow has to attain moksha. The four stages in life, four stages, dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Artha, money, by which you fulfill kam, kamana,
Kamana.
your desires.
Yeah.
All your desires are fulfilled by money. Your house you made by money, your garden you make by money, your kitchen made by money, everything money. So money fulfills desires. And then along with that, you practice dharma. Dharma is expression and manifestation of humanity. What is dharma? Dharma means dhri man, controlling mind. And as you control your mind, your expression is humanitarian. You become human. And from human, you need to become divine,
Yes.
divinity.
Yes.
So, whether you are Shudra or Vaishya or Kshatriya, Brahman, everywhere in the world, the four classes are there, everywhere. Because those who are driving, practice driving and cleaning the streets and all these physical menial activities, we call them Shudra. Those who are transaction, those who practice transaction, money and handle money and give materials,
Business.
supply materials, needs, commodities, they are Vaishya. And those who give security, they are Kshatriyas. So every society has these four classes. And those who teach in college and schools and research work and spiritual activities, those who are, they're called Brahmin.
Brahmins, yeah.
So unless and until you are inclined in spirituality, you cannot attain moksha.
Yeah.
So whoever you may be, whatever religion you might belong, or whatever class of society or caste, caste, you belong. But if you have that strong urge, mumukshu, strong urge to have freedom, freedom from ignorance, freedom from inertia, freedom from narrowness, then automatically you will have, maybe even as a Shudra, you might attain that. Maybe a son of a Brahman may not attain that, because a son of a Brahman might be very bad, very evil. You understand my point?
Yeah.
As by being evil, even if you have a Brahman parent, you cannot attain salvation. For salvation needs purity, purity of soul. Nahi gyanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. There is nothing that can purify you more than knowledge. Knowledge is the supreme power for purifying you. And yoga is needed. So you have to practice yoga and meditation. So in the field of yoga and meditation, You are neither Shudra, nor Kshatriya, nor Vipra, nor Vaishya.
So the divisions which exist in today's society in various forms all over the world are not a hindrance to achieve salvation.
Almost not.
Okay.
Of course not. Of course not. It depends upon your personality. Personality is a different thing, and the kind of activities you are doing is a different thing. But activities help you. And what sort of feeling you are harboring, that's important. So, yoga is such a thing. Meditation, yoga, and charity, kindness, truthfulness, all these things, humanitarian things, they are so important for humanity, for all classes of people.
Gurudev, religion is the vehicle you take towards spirituality, and most people tend to ignore spirituality and they get completely embroiled in religion.
They are trapped.
They are trapped, yes.
Trapped in certain rules and regulations, religious rules and regulations, and certain ill feelings.
Yeah.
Ill feeling, not healthy feeling. And responsible for this is religious teachers.
Yeah.
Those who claim themselves to be religious teachers, it's a fault of them that they cannot teach right thing. They teach wrong things sometimes, aggressive things, You follow your religion, which has emerged in your circumstances, emerged, you follow that. But don't try to belittle others.
Yeah.
Don't try to hurt others. That is the main important thing. You are Muslim, all right. You are Muslim, you follow your namaz, your religion, your morality. But you have no right to talk about people, those who are non-Muslims. Non-Muslims.
You should look at the end goal, which is the same for all religions.
Yes, you should hit the target. You should not miss the target and get involved in some narrow situation. So narrowness is the problem. And when people become narrow, the people, when they get involved in certain rules and regulations, and they every day do that same thing, forgetting their goal, forgetting their purpose, why you are doing all these things? If you ask any religion, that all sorts of paraphernalias that you are following, why are you doing this? What is your goal? Hardly anyone who can answer. Goal is the salvation, and salvation is universality, universal feeling.
How does one ensure that the revival of this thought process of understanding spirituality, which is the core of all religion, how can that be infused in today's society?
Education.
Okay.
Education is the main thing. What sort of education you are getting? If the education is narrow, short-sighted, aggressive, then education is wrong. So wrong education leads people to wrong direction and ultimately brings into sort of conflict and trap. Peace is gone, heart is full of evil. So we must get rid of evil. We must get rid of narrow feelings. And mind must be broad, magnitude, the larger magnitude. Because some people have 15 degree, some people have 20 degree, some people have 90 degree, and some people have 360 degree. So we need to come to 360 degree of expansion. Expansion is life and contraction is death. So we should not contract, we should expand.
I have heard a Puranic story, Gurudev, where a sadhu does pranam to a cobbler because he realized that the cobbler is way ahead in his sadhana and is likely to attain salvation. In that context, shouldn't today's torchbearers of religion actually practice not belittling others?
Well, now it is proceeding ahead.
Okay.
Your desire will be fulfilled today or tomorrow. Because education has become universal now.
Okay.
Those who are having modern education, they think very little about religion, you know. But still I find that certain communities have more active, more intelligence, you know,
Okay.
more insight.
Okay.
All communities can do that, you know.
Okay.
All communities can do that, all classes can do that. But because of tradition, I don't know, or blood, you know, some communities are more intelligent.
Okay.
But I
It will change.
I do not assure it, you know. I assure that every human being can attain salvation if he prepares himself that way.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you.